Hey Denise, any word on that restricted clearance? I don't know a whole lot about the project. I just know a little bit that I've heard, but it sounds absolutely fascinating. I would love to be involved in the project. Jocelyn, don't let Miss Pierce hear you say that. Jocelyn, I have told you time and time again that project is full, but we can use your talents in other areas. Now, let's get back to work.
All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome back. We're here to hopefully finish out our Detroit by Moonlight Chapter 2 little mini campaign. So, uh, of the two players who were here last time, who wants to give us the recap of what happened and all the fuck that went down?
So the big thing is first off we found that a leech put a tracking device on us. Don't know how or when, but that was not kosher, and we sent that to Wisconsin,
Milwaukee.
Milwaukee.
Yeah, and
Sorry.
then you had a contact, I think, somewhere in the Middle East or Eastern Europe.
Oh,
One of the two.
Azerbaijan, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So
So
that's
it,
go that's gonna send them on a loop,
yeah, by route of Milwaukee.
and we decided to leverage William Barnaby's fame to get in with AquaPure.
Clear.
Can get it wrong every time.
Hey,
AquaClear.
that's all right. You were close. You were close.
I'm not smart. What do I know? In order to leverage our conservationist kind of new world hippie jive stuff, he practiced speeches for this, so he knows what to say and just not how to say it correctly.
That tracks.
And with that, we had a rather interesting interview where I upsold us like a mug. But thanks to my wonderful assistant, we were able to lynch the deal, cinch the deal. And then we decided to scope it out. We decided to scope out the part that this is all being located on. And we learned that there is something funky there, something abnormal, unnatural, that even the spirits wanted to avoid. And we made a friend with a new fox spirit who whose name is like C Note.
C note, A note, E note.
A Note, E Note.
I love that though because it makes it sound like this is some sort of like Detroit gangster fox.
Okay,
C Note.
we need art of a Detroit gangster fox stat.
It's a spin-off gang. And though we weren't able to investigate much there, even my companion was unnerved by whatever it was. The thing it was, we were told it was man-made and abominable, I think was the word we used. So
Unnatural, I think.
unnatural.
But I mean,
Bad.
close. Yeah.
So then we waited until our official showing where William Barnaby put on his best on the star of the show act. And we got to tour the facility itself with associate with Silver Teeth? No.
No, Bambi.
Bambi.
Bambi
Sorry.
went with you.
Bambi went with us.
Because she was mad that you were going to possibly fight somebody and didn't invite her.
Well, good news for them. And when we were in the facility, our senses were not necessarily blocked, but darkened, as there was some force there that was just not kosher. We weren't able to make too much headway during the interview, but afterwards, Barnaby put on a nice little show and dance about thanking everybody and welcoming them to this humble family, giving my cohorts time to investigate further in, where they did just that. And they found possibly what was causing all this? A Wereshark? guns mounted onto it.
Yeah, everybody loves a Rokea.
And they triggered a purge to just flush all the tanks to try and kill anything and everything that's in there. And then I forget their acronym showed up.
Oh, it was Pentex First Teams, but that was around that same time. Was whenever Tamika was like, "Hey, where are your friends? You know, where are the people who came with you?" And yeah, they triggered an alarm because they realized, hey, some people have gone missing and are possibly where they're not supposed to be.
And I think that's just about where we end.
Yeah, so as the Pentex First Teams were going in to deal with this Rokea, it was not dead and it was beating on the glass and screaming. So yeah, that's where we left off, with Bambi and Amira trying to run out of the building, hoping to avoid getting caught. But you know, here we are. So we're gonna start with Badger. What has Dog been up to? I know you and I kind of talked about it, but for the audience at home.
Dog has been doing his old job of thinking he could call in old contacts and break into this facility while the other two were going there. They didn't know they'd be there. So Dog was just gonna set this place on fire, investigate. I think they hit the wrong level of the building though. Probably about 2 levels too high, so they're probably in an office, freeing the plants, set some stuff on fire. Then they did download some information, probably learn a little bit of what's going on, probably no more or way less than whatever Amira found out.
Yeah, why don't you give me a wits awareness roll?
Oh, I got good wits, I think. I have no awareness though. Oh, sorry.
All right.
Free. Right. I got a 10, a free, and a free. Oh wait,
Okay,
I have
so
to roll
one,
rage. Do I have to roll rage dice?
but it replaces 2 of your die.
Oh, then
So if
that
you
would
only
be
had
the
3,
free and the
then
free.
yeah. Okay. Luckily, it wasn't any brutal outcome, which I guess in this case you kind of would be okay with a brutal outcome because you're destroying stuff anyway in the process
Yeah.
of searching.
I got a 10.
Yeah, yeah. You don't find a whole lot. You do find a little bit of information about the nuclear waste dumping, but nothing conclusive. Nothing that you could really do much with. Just that. And I'm blanking again on what the other place is called, but the other group, Artist Enterprises, um, about the nuclear dumping. But I think.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
No, you go.
Oh, I was just gonna say. I think more than even Tamika, setting off an alarm because they were trying to find the 2 of you. It's honestly the alarm probably came from Dog setting the building on fire. Just none of you knew that they were here.
I didn't know there were.
Coordinated attack. It's beautiful.
Uncoordinated, yeah.
No, all part of the plan.
I saved
Yeah.
the plants.
It's true. It's the important thing. So
Yeah, they parachuted out of the building. I'm out of
so
parachutes,
as our three from last week make their way out of the building along with all of these other employees who've been told to evacuate. Doug, what did you do to sneak in? Like, did you disguise yourself, or did you just
Dog
like?
is incredibly good at stealth. They disguise themselves as one of the security bits, and also because they look very generic as a person. And though having sticks would make some people suspicious because people are assholes,
Sure.
Dog is very good at just making people not ask questions by disappearing into a crowd again. So they're just dressed as a security guard.
Yeah. So as William, Amira, and Bambi are outside of this building, a security guard starts to approach you.
Uh-oh. Badger?
Oh, what are you doing here?
Well, not Badger, Dog.
Oh, sorry.
I don't remember this being a team mission.
Wait, who's meeting who? I'm
So
asking the GM.
Oh, yeah. So the security guard is Dog in disguise.
Okay, the security guard met us and it's Dog. Okay.
Yeah, the security
Sure.
guard was approaching you, and yeah,
Man,
it's
he fell for the
Dog.
trap. He fell for the disguise immediately.
Yeah.
Okay, hang on. No. Let me think about this for a second. Would I have any way of perceiving this or being aware? Would I?
I mean, I think once they open their mouth, you'd be like, "Oh, this is someone I actually know."
This is a freaking shakedown by someone we actually know.
You probably would then just notice the sticks. Like, they're kind of hard to miss when you actually know Dog.
And the smell.
It's kind of it's kind of like the thing
smell
that
of
dogs do. Well, it's kind of like the
I
thing
mean,
where
everyone has a smell.
it's true.
I mean,
But it's kind of like
we're werewolves.
with regular dogs, that they may be a little bit aggressive until they can smell you, and then they're like, "Oh, I know you." Same kind of thing for the four of you. You're like, "Who the hell is this?" And you're like, "Oh no, we know this person."
Probably after Dog just stands beside all of you after saying, "What are you guys doing here?"
Yeah.
As if forgetting that they're completely dressed up.
Mm-hmm.
Dog, good
Hi.
to see that you're okay. Good to see that you're okay.
Why are you all here? I was just setting this place on fire. I got some information about the dumping.
I was being interviewed here.
Oh, I got the wrong building.
No, it's perfect. I think you may have covered our escape. Is that right, Amara?
Perhaps? I'm not sure about that. That Rokea we left in that one room with all those gunshots.
You mean you left your mobile phone? Your Nokia?
No.
Rokea.
Okay. I don't know if we have time for a lesson on the tribes of the Ferrer. We need to get out before we all freaking die to either Pentex's first response squad or to whatever creatures they were making in those tanks.
Well, I can disappear into a crowd. I don't know about the both you two, though. Huh.
I make my own escape route, and I'll immediately start leading us out.
So you're all out in the parking lot of this building, and as you're discussing your plans, you can hear and see as the front doors are smashed open, and you see this Wereshark, this Rokea, as it screams again, and you see that it's holding one of these first teams responders, who is actively screaming and flailing against it. It puts half of them in its mouth, bites down, and then flings the lower half.
Ah! I'm gonna mount you on my wall. I'm gonna go get my gun.
Guns use. Even I know a gun's useless.
Hunter's instinct. Always get the gun.
It'll do something, but I do wait.
Do we
Wait.
run? Do
That
we
might
change?
be. Go look at Bambi. You're the one who wanted to fight.
I don't know if I want to fight that, honestly.
I'm getting the gun. We can't let that thing. We can't let this thing rampage across town. It'll reveal us.
But we also can't. We also can't transform here. Like, if we do, it's going to cause mass delirium. Not to mention, if there are any news around who might catch us on film.
We could push it back in, transform with it, fight it there. Problem it would be it being a trap corner, and that's a little bit worse when you're big.
Yeah.
It also keep us in a narrow path, or we just leg it.
Just let it eat everybody.
Oh right, there are people here.
Yeah, you're in downtown Detroit, so.
Yeah. Well, there's got to be somewhere we can either change, or we charge into that thing and push it back into the building and change there.
Or, you could change out here, but again, if there are any news people in the area, or just people, with cell phones who happen to not be freaked out enough to actually record it.
I think once the
but it would trigger
going off, it'll clear the room.
Yeah, I was gonna say it would trigger delirium if you transform. So
actually, yeah. Wait, your gun's massive.
Oh yeah.
People in Detroit people must have a shit ton of gun sense. They'd know to fucking run.
Absolutely.
They're not Southerners.
They
don't get out their own guns. They'd run.
But yeah, I'll pull out Big Mac, which is his actual name.
No, wait. Dog grabs Amira and Bambi and rushes them far away from you because you're about to trigger the enemy. So we're getting out of the way so that it doesn't go for us.
Yeah, William's the bait.
Yep. That is my job to a T.
So yeah, dog gonna charge us free over there.
And I'm gonna try
ahead.
I'm gonna try and use Fatal Flaw.
Okay.
To learn how to deal aggravated physical damage to it.
Ooh, okay. Do you have to test for that?
It is Intelligence Glory versus Composure Subterfuge.
Okay.
I have 2 intelligence.
That's better than 0.
I meant your character, not you. Just specify.
But I have 3 glory. So that's 5 dice.
There you go. Yeah. You said composure and what?
Versus Composure Subterfuge.
Okay. Pretty sure you're going to win this.
It all depends on how I roll. Are you kidding me?
What'd you get?
2, 1, 1, 5, 1. So I got a 1 on one of my rage dice.
That's okay. You have to have 2 rage dice that are either 1s or 2s.
So I got 1 success?
No successes.
No? Oh, it's 6 and above.
Yeah. Lucky for you, it also got no successes. So you don't have any disadvantages or anything, but yeah, you can't, just from peering at it, you don't know anything outside of the obvious logical stuff, that hunters would know, like if you shoot something in the eye, it's more likely to kill it because it's easier access to the brain. Silly little things like that.
All right, I'm going to try and move closer and try and do it again. I want to get a good scope on this thing.
So,
Mira, can you see any place we could transform safely or push the bastard in that'd be away from everyone seeing us? Like, Amira, you got better awareness.
I do.
And Bambi.
And I have my dark eyes active right now. My eyes to the owl, so
Yeah.
I'll be able to, that wouldn't necessarily reveal anywhere special. But if you
wouldn't be at a disadvantage for being in the dark.
bingo.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, if you want to give me wits awareness.
Awareness, that's the 5. And now I've got to make sure I hit the right tab. 5. Oh my god, it's begun again.
Uh-oh.
4 successes.
Woof.
Okay, that's not as ridiculous as last time. Yeah.
Out of 5.
So,
To be fair.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, you think probably if you charge in, in human form, you are a little bit more at risk because there's no regeneration. But you know that you could probably transform into Hispo or Glabro without too much risk, as long as you're not actually seen transform, especially like into the Hispo, since that's more dog-like. And it is a parking lot, so you could probably hide behind some of the parked vehicles. And then you could just charge at it in that form where you have some regeneration ability.
I mean, if you could just open up a car door, get inside of it, you're covered from all angles.
True.
Yeah.
The crisis, no one's going to notice you breaking into a car.
Amira starts looking around for the closest car to them.
Yeah. So the little map that I put in our group chat, it is basically the top right, the northeast, and you all, I'm going to say, are at the bottom left. So there's what looks to be a couple of SUVs nearby.
So what could we turn into? Glabro or Hispo? That being noticed?
Yeah, I mean, those would be the ones that are most close to a human or a dog, but still give you some regeneration, because the lupus form doesn't give you any regeneration.
Wait, Hispo gives you aggravated? So
Hispo and Glabro. Or sorry, no, just Hispo.
Glabro doesn't do that, no.
Yeah.
Glabro just gives you a +2 to dice.
Physical and social tests.
And a regeneration, but Hispo gives you bite aggravated.
Because you've got the bite, yeah.
So you can't bite as a Glabro? Or slice?
I mean, you could, but it's not transformed enough. But because Hispo is dog-like, you get a little bit more of that bite damage.
Is Glabro Anthro form?
It's humanoid.
Yeah, it's the way that I usually describe it is like the super old Universal Wolfman, where you just got a little bit more hair, a little bit more canine-like features, but not full on. You don't get like the muzzle or anything. You still basically have a human-shaped head instead of the dog head.
Furry.
Yeah. It's furry light.
All right. So even though it's going on, I'm still going to try and move up and get a good shot at this thing.
Yeah.
I want to discern its weakness.
Okay.
How easy is it to switch forms off from there? Is it hard? Is it a check?
I mean, you make a rage check, but it's less about your ability to change necessarily versus your potential for losing rage.
And can you still use all your abilities?
Some of them are limited depending on the form you're in. It just depends on the ability. Like any kind of social test, in Hispo, you automatically fail unless you are talking to another Geru or to a wolf, or like trying to interact with another Geru or wolf. Krynos, you automatically fail social tests. So they each
I
have their
have
pros and cons.
one combat attack, and it's for brawl, which I don't have any brawl. So if I went to Hispo, because I'd have the 2 dice bonus, that would give me some dice hitting with brawl, right?
What's your strength?
Oh, my strength ain't good. I'm dex built. I have
Mm.
2.
I mean,
You
2's
you
still
have 4
decent.
dice?
Yeah,
4 dice ain't bad.
yeah, because it'd be
I would
strength
have
plus
the same
brawl.
with Glabro, but I wouldn't have the aggravated. So since we're fighting, feels like aggravated. The damage seems better.
Oh, definitely.
So, dog, while they can, dog's gonna hearing things shoot. Dog's gonna just shout like, "He's got a gun! Get out of here!" You know, like try and make people fucking run. He's gone mad. I probably quickly throw some like, I don't know, glass at people like that. Just do something to make people make a noise, people more scared. I know people get really panicked when someone fires a gun. I assume.
Oh yeah.
Basically just
Especially one that'll deafen you if you're within 30 feet.
yeah. So probably just quickly directing, and then while everyone's getting in the crowd, probably dive into a car or dive behind a car and change into Hispo.
Okay.
I think it's Hispo.
Yeah, the like dire wolf form basically.
Yeah, I look like I go into a dire that looks like a super just fought off mange, mixed colored like fur everywhere with my with my sticks turning into the wheelchair form, giving me 2 supported legs as I run in my
Yeah.
little dog wheelchair.
Oh, that's
And
so cool.
actually, something that we talked about pre-stream, Badger, what would you have been doing aside from sneaking around? Would you be possibly having like missed a meal because you were busy with your mission, or been not eating quite like what you would ideally want to eat?
Yeah, I probably wouldn't be have eaten.
Yeah. So I think as you're getting behind this SUV to try and transform, that your mosquito would start to pester you.
That's what I can fucking do.
Take a chunk out of the shark.
Yeah, what is the one thing? I'm about to get some blood. It would probably force a blood test on me, I assume, as I'm transforming, which that would be some weird fucking numbers. Like,
Yeah, I can imagine it would probably spike and then crash a little bit just because the difference in biology.
so it'd probably be the mosquito would probably, when I'm in these forms, be hovering around me constantly due to the amount of sugar that's in and carbs that are in animals and creatures' bloods when you bite them. Like, it's gonna really fuck with your blood level, the sugar level.
Yeah, I can imagine.
But it would also mean I'm at more risk to raging if I haven't
Yeah.
eaten.
Yeah, so I need you to make a single rage check. So just a 1d10 roll. And let me know what you get.
6.
6? Okay. So that is a success for a normal rage check. But tell me if you think this is fair, because the change and the blood sugar change. Do you think that that would increase your rage?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you would be at 3. So anything that you have that is like a 3 die pool, all of your dice are rage dice right now.
Okay.
But if it's like 4 or
is that-
above, then
Okay. So it's
Yeah.
just a risk of not wanting to get 1.
yeah. A 1 or 2. Amira, are you transforming as well?
Yep, I'm going up into Hispo as well.
Okay.
Hunter and 2 hunting companions. This seems perfectly logical.
Are you turning into the Black Labrador, which is big?
No. Now she's turning into a full blown black, very very well groomed black dire wolf. I blame that stupid. Well, I say it's stupid, but it's helped me so much. That I blame my beautiful feet or
Yeah, it's
advantage.
the prettiest wolf you've ever seen.
No sparkles. This isn't Twilight.
No, I was thinking Lord of the Rings.
No, it's perfect lighting. That's the rule.
Yes.
If
Yeah.
you have,
Yeah.
if you have that ability that you have of a thing, there's always perfect lighting on you, no matter what.
Yep.
So Bambi transforms with you all as well, but because she failed her rage check, she immediately howls to regain a rage, and all of you are able to do that whenever you are the first time of the night. You're able to howl to gain a rage, but she's going to immediately charge. But William, you wanted to shoot at this thing, so let's do it.
Still want to try and get one more chance at Fatal Flaw.
Absolutely.
Come on, dice, be with me. One success.
Okay, that's still more than it got. It failed both again. So,
Ouch.
and you said that gives you.
Upon a successful test, the user learns one way to deal aggravated physical damage to the subject that they did not already know.
Okay. Yeah, I would say. I would say at least for one attack, I will for sure give you aggravated damage.
All right, then I'll try and take the shot.
Let's do it.
Got this beast in my sights. All right, so that is dexterity plus firearm.
Yep.
3 plus 4 equals 7.
Well, you're given the results. It's still the same. Yeah, you got to get the 6 and above.
Yeah. No, I was just counting out how many dice I needed to roll.
Gotcha.
And I need 6 and above, right?
Yep.
2 successes.
Okay. So you're still going to do some damage, but whenever you're attacking with firearms, it gets the opportunity to basically dodge, even though it doesn't necessarily know. And it got 2 successes as well. So you're going to just do your 5 aggravated damage to it.
Woot.
But in this, it is halved, rounded up, so it's 3. But still, that's pretty significant.
Hey, I dealt damage, and I can't deal damage to me yet, so I count that as a win.
You say that.
William in werewolf form is gonna look so much like every fan. I don't know what that type of werewolf is, but it's the real Anthro ones with the humanish chest. I just picture that's all his wolf forms. He's got the big abs. He's got massive human abs and chest.
That makes sense. Yeah, I can see that. All right. After William, it is going to return fire because it does have something you saw metallic on its arm. And William, you're the only one it sees right now. So I need.
Wait.
What?
I'm just saying, fight me. That's what I always say whenever my characters tank.
That's fair. I mean, that's kind of what you're supposed to do at that point. So, give me dexterity and athletics to try to dodge.
All right. Dexterity 3, athletics 3, 6 dice. One, 8. I got an 8 and a 10. So
Okay, so 2 successes. Yeah, it only got 1 success, so it's not going to do a whole lot. It fires this beam of burning energy at you. It is going to do 3 damage, which we're going to round, so it's only 2, but it is aggravated because it is essentially fire. It's a laser. But it doesn't, hit you solidly. It just kind of glances off you. But it hurts.
Right. Sorry, hold on. I'm just trying to figure out a way to track my health.
What does activate in this game?
So there's superficial, which is a lot easier to heal, and aggravated. Aggravated is, especially this, you cannot heal it because it is fire. But, or at least you can't heal it with your supernatural means. You would have to take a little bit more time. But if you fill your health meter with aggravated damage, you are at best unconscious, at worst dead.
So if you were just like shot 5 times and that was your health, you might not be dead, but if that was all aggravated, you probably are.
Probably, yeah. And I mean,
I'm fucked.
With like superficial damage, like a normal gunshot would probably be superficial to a werewolf. If you fill your health, then you start taking aggravated damage after that. So essentially, like for William, he's got 6 health. If he took 6 superficial damage, he could then take another 6 before it would max him out, and he would be unconscious or dead.
How does William have 6? He's a tank.
That's 6 is pretty good.
Oh, 6 is good. You told me when I had 5, that was bad.
I mean, I think it was when you had 4, because you had 4 at one point, I think.
Right,
but,
yeah.
Yeah, but still, I mean, 6 is a heck of a lot better than 4. But still, you can only take so many of those 2 damage that are aggravated before it's gonna add up.
Yep.
And that was with it only getting 1 success. So
yeah, I need to get that gun out of its hands or away from it.
What are the rest of you doing?
I'm gonna look to see if there's anything in the area that I could basically kind of stealthily get around and crush this thing with. Like, get something that's right of a building I set on fire. There's gotta be something ready to drop on it.
Well, so because there is the whole parking lot in between you, you could pretty easily try to sneak amongst the vehicles.
Yeah. But
I mean, you're large, so it's a little bit harder. But
excuse me, I deal with an animal.
What about Amira?
While Dog is trying to find environmental objects to batter the Rokea with, Amira's going to do what comes naturally. She's going to try and pounce this thing and bite it at the neck. try to kind of like in a weird sort of way, try to grapple it in a sort of, so that William and Bambi have an easier time hitting.
Sure. Yeah, and I mean, I would say because there's not really like a movement speed in this, you can close the distance partially, maybe about halfway in one round, but I would say not all the way.
Yeah, well, I'm going to start building up speed so I can run and jump. In that case.
It just occurred to me, a furry would be super powerful in this universe. They're always wearing a fursuit. No one would know if you're a werewolf.
I mean, that's maybe something you could use, if you're in Glabro. Just be like, oh yeah, I'm a furry.
I'm a furry. I'm the furry that protested Starbucks for the union, so leave me alone.
I mean, that adds up.
So yeah, actually, even if there isn't a way I can see the crush to pin it down so everyone can get a better shot, can I at least find a way to stealth around it to try and get so I'd be able to get it from an angle it wasn't expecting when needed.
Definitely. Yeah, it seems pretty focused on William. So you think that if nothing else, you could kind of get the drop on it.
Yeah, so I'd like to get as close as I could, if it not stealthily, and then keep an eye out for either something I could drop on it, or if needed to be to protect, to dive for that, to bite the weapon.
Yeah, give me a dexterity and stealth roll.
That's 7 dice.
Oh, keep in mind you're at a 2 dice penalty in Hispo.
Oh, right, yeah. So do I remove 2 dice?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, easy. Oh,
And just make the
good.
last 3 your rage dice.
I got a 9, a 5, a 6, a 9, and a 1.
Okay, so 3 successes. Yeah. That's pretty good. You're able to sneak up, and like I said with Amira, you're not able to get all the way there in one round, but you can get about halfway, and it does not seem to have noticed you. And Bambi isn't quite as stealthy, but she's not trying to be. She's just going straight for it. So we're back to William.
All right, how's the crowd looking right now?
There's not a lot of people around. Pretty much everyone either ran already or is actively running.
Your gun is big.
Mm-hmm. Also,
so probably wouldn't cause delirium?
I mean, anyone who is still in the vicinity, yes, but
there's also the big ass Wereshark, so
yeah.
You know what? Balls to the wall. I'm gonna close the gap on this thing and go chrono.
Okay. Yeah, because you had already moved up. I'll say you can. Are you closing the distance first, or are you going Chronos first?
Chronos first, then closing the distance.
Okay. So you won't be able to attack this turn because of the transformation, but you can definitely close the distance.
And I get 4 health.
Yep. So give me 2 rage rolls.
And that's just my rage? Yeah.
Yep.
I don't know what my rage is right now.
It would be 2. That's normally what it's going to start at. So
2 2d10 rolls.
Yep.
9 and an 8.
That's awesome. Yeah. So
3 and a 1.
Oh.
Wait, I'm confused. What'd you get now?
9 and an 8, then a 3 and a 1.
Oh no, it's just 2. It's just 2.
Oh, sorry, then it's 9 and 8. Sorry.
Yeah, you don't add any rage because this is just straight up rage. Yeah, so the 9 and 8 is fantastic. That means you do not lose any rage. Again, you are able to gain a point of rage by howling, which is, I'm not telling you what to do, but it's usually a good idea to have a little bit of rage built up just because it's easy to lose.
Yeah.
And I would allow you to howl with no.
Then I'll howl.
You can do that.
Bambi's already done it, so it doesn't hurt.
Yeah.
It sounds like Brian Press's gorilla bit though when he does it.
Get a die out for rage.
Yeah. So you're
rage. So hold on, I get 2 rage because I'm in Chronos. So that means I'm at rage 4.
No, so when it says 2 rage, that is saying that you have to make 2 rage checks.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm at rage 3 then.
Yep.
Sweet.
Actually, I will let you decide if you want to rage or not, because taking that aggravated damage would have given you a rage, and I forgot.
I'll rage.
Yeah. Just keep in mind, being at 4 rage, if you gain another point of rage, you go into frenzy.
Yeah.
So just be aware.
Have an ability to help that if it succeeds.
That's definitely a good thing to have.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I'm gonna go full like close rip again, which is now my signature move, and I'm just
Right.
going to run up on this thing.
Absolutely. So you get right up in its face, and then we're going to go back to the rest of our group. Bambi, being the first to run up there, is on it a little bit before you, William, and is going to attack it.
And she has the clave.
She sure does. Okay. You rolled pretty well versus it. It got 1 success. She got 3. So that's another 3 after rounding down. So yeah, 3 aggravated damage to it. It is looking pretty rough. As she runs up, she kind of slashes at it a few times with this clave. So this, essentially ritual Geru weapon made of silver. Yeah. So it looks pretty hurt, but it is definitely not slowing down at all.
Ooh.
And so, Amira, you're up next.
I'm going to pounce and try and bite it on the neck.
Absolutely.
Because it's a
Give me your
pounce.
strength roll.
I was going to say, because I'm pouncing, will it be strength or dex? Actually,
I'm still going to say strength.
Okay. Because it doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things, because all of my physicals are 2. But
But you do get 2 from his bow.
I get well still
Yeah.
because all of them are 2 and my brawl is 1, so it's 3 base and just a +2 to any of them is still 5 no matter what.
Yeah.
So, and I am doing something violent, so if I get double 1s or something on the freaking brute, was it 1s or 2s?
1s and 2s.
Yeah.
Ones
No,
and twos.
but I did get 2 successes.
Okay. Yeah. And I got to roll for it. I forgot. Ooh. Okay. It got 6 because it got a crit.
Well, bollocks.
So, it just bats you down.
My turn. I'm kidding.
Dog, you're up
first. Oh, what about Dog?
Yeah, it's Dog's turn.
I mean, do I see anything I could try and from like back to like it can drop down on it?
I mean,
There's
you could
nothing on
throw one of
fire
the
you could throw.
you could throw one of the cars if you transform into Krynos, but otherwise probably not.
If I climbed, since I'm so stealthy, if I was able to get behind it or climb up, then leap down on it, would that give me any extra dice or any extra boost to the attack?
Just because of the way it's an office kind of building on the front end, it would take you more time to like run past it, get up to the next level, and then jump down than it would probably be worth.
It doesn't see me right now. Do I get a +2 fucking attack hit because it doesn't see me coming?
Yeah, I will, because you're using stealth, I will let you roll with Dex this time because it does not see you.
I have an ability that is an actual attack one called Raging Strike.
Okay.
I make a rage check to gain bonus dice equal to their glory on a single brawl attack. Isn't grant.
Ooh.
Absolutely.
What do I do there? Does that just come in with the attack, or do I roll that first, see if I get it? Like,
yeah, roll that first.
Okay, so I just roll 1 die, 3 die. Like, how much rage?
You said it just said a rage check.
It said 1 rage check. Yeah.
Yeah, so it would just be 1 die.
I rolled a 3.
Oh, that means you do lose a point of rage, and the ability is not successful.
Okay.
Which just means that you're down to 2. I mean, you're still good for now.
And I can give everybody rage if we need it.
I think Amira can as well. No?
I give everyone willpower.
Gotcha.
Right, I can give you rage if you're at 0.
And I
Oh,
can
yeah, that's right.
take away if you lose yourself
Yeah.
for the rage.
Perfect.
Okay, well then does that mean I still get to try and attack stealthily though? Just
Yeah,
I
you can
have
still
that one.
attack. You just lost that point of rage and don't get the bonus from the ability.
If I was able, but if I bit down on the arm to try and, would that help it? Would that make its aiming? Would that affect its aiming with me being pretty big and heavy? Would I be able to help?
Yeah.
It? I was able to.
I mean, either one of its arms, whether it has the gun on it or not, I think would throw it off if you're clamped down and it's trying
And
to
I'm gonna
send you off.
try and throw it off so that William can charge the bitch. Also,
Yeah, go for it.
sorry, what does howling do again?
Howling gives you a point of rage, but you can only use it once per night.
Does it increase or just give you a bigger pool of rage?
It increases, so you would then have 3 again.
Could we say I did that? Because I forgot to when I changed. No, wait,
I would
I
say,
don't want to do that.
yeah, I would say I'll
Don't worry
let you
about
do it after your attack. I mean, you could still howl.
I'll save it for after.
Yeah, that works.
Yeah. So what's the? Sorry.
Yeah, so give me dexterity and brawl, since you're using your sneak.
Whack that bitch, jump.
And then I get the +2 because it's physical.
Yep.
Okay. Oh, I got 3 10s.
Oh,
Any of your
shit.
rage dice?
A 9. Yes, they were the 2 rage. The last 3 rage die. How many rage die do I roll? Was it of the last 3?
Right now, just two.
Oh, okay. So it's basically 9, 5, 9, 10, 10, 10.
Oh, holy shit.
Yeah.
So that was
7.
5, 7?
959 is 3.
Mm-hmm.
Double
3 10s.
and then 2 10s plus the another 10 on the side.
Yeah, absolutely. You're right. Yeah, no, you wildly succeed. And you're biting, you said?
Yep, biting with aggravated.
Okay. Yeah, you bite the absolute fuck out of it. You said you were trying to go for the arm,
Yeah,
and
kind of to pin it down to get it off balance so it can't shoot people.
so when you do this, it's a little bit squishier than you might expect. It's a shark, so I don't know how many sharks that dog has bitten into, but because it's basically largely cartilage, you bite through its hand, and it is bleeding out massively as you rip
Good,
its
right?
hand. Yeah,
I
that's
took
really
hand.
good. Yeah, that's yours now.
Oh, sweet. And
I want the head.
I leap back with look. I leap back trying to hold the thing like I can aim the gun to shoot at it.
Well, so this is the non-gun hand, but
Damn.
but still, you do have. You notice that it transforms back to human though whenever you've bitten it off.
Oh, and dog realized it's human.
Yeah. But
I would
we did
immediately
talk
spit that
about.
out.
Yeah, I was gonna say we did talk about the blood. Isn't it essentially like super bad for blood sugar?
Yeah,
Like it spikes it massively.
yeah, human especially. It's carb. Like organs are
Yeah.
fine, but the amount of carbohydrates in the human. Yeah, no. I'd be getting pretty bad in an hour or 2.
Yeah. Give me 2 rage checks just to see.
What is 2 rage checks? Okay,
So just 2d10.
2d10. Okay.
Yep.
Sharks actually
Oh,
have
yeah.
less hemoglobin in them, so they wouldn't be as bad for diabetes.
Well, except
That's
for the
good.
fact that it
He
transformed to
turned into a
human.
human.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
He's also Were, so yeah.
it's bad.
How bad?
I got 2 ones.
So, in this case, because you're not rolling a test necessarily, it's just a check. That it's not a brutal failure here. This is just you are going to, unfortunately, revert back to human because you are going to lose your rage entirely.
Ah, fuck. Heck.
So, really, either way, you're either going to gain rage or lose it here. So,
Probably at tasting the human flesh, probably the artifact I have probably automatically sets to test my blood, which kind of takes me out of the moment.
yeah.
I just
It
switch
starts
back
buzzing
to
around your head like Navi, just like warning, warning, warning.
Where would it normally land to test your blood? Or is it just wherever it can get to?
Your finger. You always test with your index finger.
Makes sense. I didn't know if it would make a difference, if you had other options.
No, because other options you probably get not a good amount spike. Also, you could damage and hit a vein and start bleeding out.
That makes sense.
It's literally a little puncture you get in you.
Always fun.
Oh yeah.
All right. So yeah, Doug, you take the hand off. It is bleeding out. It is very pissed off.
I'm guessing I'm not allowed to try and cheese it. Cheese it out of there.
I mean, you could. Yeah, you didn't actually move this turn, so yeah, I'll allow it.
I'm cheesing it behind a car.
Like a dog who just got a new toy. It's like mine now.
Yeah, just ran off with
Everybody loves a human hand chew toy.
it.
All right. William, we are back to you then, as you have just run up on it.
Is this
It
thing
is
still
looking pretty
alive?
rough. Yeah.
And he still looks pissed off.
Oh, he's very pissed. He's even more pissed at this point. You can see its eyes are mostly black, but they had a tint of red around them, and now they're almost entirely red.
All right. I'm gonna try to bite it.
Go for it.
And what skill do I use?
It is
Brawl?
strength and roll.
Strength and brawl. Okay. So 4 plus 2 plus 4, 10 dice.
Jesus, come on, William.
We have seen last chapter that our Arun had like a 10 or 12 die pool and failed all of them.
1, 10, 3, 3, 8, 7, 8, 2, 9, 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 successes.
Okay. It got 4 in an attempt to dodge. So let's see. Your bite is +3, correct?
Chrono says it's +1.
Oh, +1. Okay. I was thinking of the claws. So that would be not a lot. It's only
But it's all
2.
aggravated.
Yeah, it's 2 aggravated damage.
No, claws are +3. Claws are +3. Oh, but bites are +1.
He's biting.
I bite.
Oh, damn. You should have scored.
Yeah. Well,
He's human now.
because the bite doesn't.
Yeah.
No, I'm not actually judging. Just, oh, damn.
Yeah. I mean,
Speaking
when
of
you're dealing
my
with supernaturals, with supernaturals, the aggravated's always
Yeah,
the
yeah.
better idea. But yeah, William, how do you finish this thing off?
Oh.
Mercifully and keeping true to my nature, I just take its neck clean off of its torso. Just with one yank.
That is 2 chapters in a row that our Arun has decapitated something with its teeth.
What is
yeah,
it with
so
Aruns are doing that?
I mean, I think it's in their nature. So you're able to. It is very large, so you can't quite get your full teeth around it, but eventually you're able to pull its head off. But immediately, as soon as it dies, it starts to shift back into a human form.
I thought it already was human.
No.
It was in its Wereshark form.
Oh.
Yeah.
I did the right thing then.
Yeah. But now you don't have a trophy because
I still have a
everything
trophy.
shifts back.
It's just not as impressive.
It's a human.
No.
Head. I don't think anyone's gonna be very okay with a human head.
I feel like the minute he says that, Dog hits the head out of his hand with the hand that they're still holding. Yeah. No.
Is there anything left on him that's weird?
I mean, there's the gun.
Oh, I'll take the gun then.
Okay. You're not
gotta
entirely
have-
sure how it functions.
Oh, I'm mounting this on a wall, so I don't care how it functions.
There's a
This is a
see it?
story.
You see a tortured human that turned into a Wereshark, and you're taking trophy from its body?
Yes.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
What's wrong with you?
What the fuck's wrong with you?
I'm taking the arm, and I
You're
guess
not taking
I'll take the arm in Chronos, and then I'll unshift.
You're taking the whole arm because
Yes.
the gun can easily come off of it.
Oh, okay.
It
No,
is not.
take the gun.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
thought it was like implanted. No, I'll just take the gun then.
So, I mean, yeah, you can definitely take the gun. You can also see, all of you, if you're inspecting the body at all, that despite being a similar type of creature, a supernatural healing ability, you can see that there are a lot of marks on it that look like it had been, it had like IVs and other kinds of things attached to it. So it has very clearly been experimented on in ways that it wasn't able to heal from.
Ooh.
But
Can I make a- oh,
go ahead.
sorry.
No, go ahead.
Can I make a medical check to get a deeper examination to see, like, if there is something still implanted in it, in the poor guy?
Yeah, absolutely. Give me intelligence, and I think it's just medicine, right?
Yep.
Can I look for witnesses or cameras?
I mean, people ran whenever they heard the gunshot, so I don't think anyone's going to be close enough that you could easily see them or get to them.
Okay.
Like, it's so annoying.
But I mean, we also had people in Krynos and a Wereshark, so there was definitely a lot of delirium and panic and running and screaming.
Good thing I shot a gun.
I'm out of
And good
three.
thing there was a Wereshark.
2, or am I still on 3?
You're at 0 because you lost the wolf.
Right.
You need the wolf? I can give you the wolf.
Oh.
You want some wolf, kids?
Amazing. What'd you get, Badger?
2 successes.
Okay. Yeah, there are definitely a few different devices. Are you, making a medicine check, are you like cutting open at all to look for anything?
Well, honestly, probably at this point fast and loose, because I feel for this guy, but I want to kind of take his body back with us, and I want to make sure there's nothing in it that will track.
So pretty much right away, you can tell that they've implanted something inside of it that you're not sure how to get out without basically wrecking the body. And you're not sure if it would be a tracker or not.
I go to the other 2 and saying, "Hey, I think we need to take this guy with us, but I can't remove this without ripping him in half. Do we take the risk? Because I don't want to leave him here for them to be able to experiment."
Want to take him to the leeches?
What?
Want
The
to take him to
vampires.
the leeches?
Why would I want to take him to the leeches?
This would be funny.
Look, I know
I
you
mean,
just won that battle, and that's great, but shut up, William.
Sorry, I'm on a contact eye.
he does kind of have a point, though. I mean, not that necessarily you all would know this, but just storyteller speaking aloud. If you took this person to the club and went in, obviously not through the main entrance because they're not going to let you in with like a
Oh yeah,
trash bag with a body in it. It wouldn't lead them back to you.
That's
But
a good
also,
point.
we did establish that there is a potential truce between the Garu and the Kindred.
Amira, you want to? Amira, he thinks we should take him to the leeches. Spirit wouldn't track him. I say, or we take him back to the base. I think we need to take the body with us, regardless.
oh yeah, take the body.
So, Amira, you get the final call here. I can't decide, and he keeps poking me with the arm gun.
And Mira points at Bambi and said, "Bambi took control of this off. I'm not pack lead."
Ever thought I was that leader?
You were missing in
Hi,
action.
Bambi.
You were missing in action for the first part of this.
And I saved your lives. Look, points to the burning building.
So as you're all debating, the building is now pretty actively on fire, and you can hear as sirens are approaching, and you can see in the distance these lights. So you know that you need to react pretty
Where's
quickly.
closest? Leeches or our home?
The leeches.
Let's go to the leeches. That's honestly at this point.
Yeah, because they were downtown. You're currently basically downtown.
Bambi, do you agree with this risk?
Sure, why not? I could kill some leeches.
Don't kill them till they actually try and kill us, okay?
Fine.
Do we tell the leeches there might be a tracker on it, or just let it be their problem?
Why would we tell them that?
Might kill.
But sure, why not? Let's just let them know why we'd have brought a tracker device to them.
Just
That's
say
where they
goodbye to that
carry the
truce
body.
altogether.
Yeah, just like
No, we're just too stupid. They've already proved we're ignorant.
that's why I'm giving you the body. You will be
Alright.
the most disarming thing if you're carrying the body. So like, oh, the idiot brought it in. No offense, William. Some of the offense, William.
I take to my strengths, and that's not my strength.
Yeah.
But
So
yeah,
what are you doing with this body?
put it in the trunk with the rest of my collectibles.
Are you gonna change form back to human, by the way?
Yeah, I've already done that.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
I
thought
mean,
you added
in order to converse, you all would have to be back in human. Krynos can only say like a couple of words at a time.
that.
But yeah, no, I'll turn back. I'll put it in the big trunk with the rest of my collectibles because them being covered in blood doesn't affect me at all. I'll pull out my spare suit because I have one.
It is Amira's car.
Ew.
So Amira, are you okay with this body bleeding out in your trunk?
He's gonna have to pay to have it valeted.
Reasonable. Perfectly
detailed. Sorry, I forgot that's the American term for it.
Yeah.
Perfectly reasonable. I'll even get it lemon scented, and I'll put it in the trunk.
Good. That'll get rid of the smell of cigarettes for everyone.
And Ref Raf. He is kind of a stinky boy.
That too.
Yeah. We'll pull out some spare clothes for my collectibles because, of course, I brought the uniform I wear and like the uniform I wore on my like Arctic excursion. So now I'm in all white.
William just always brings a full wardrobe everywhere he goes.
No,
We also always
camo.
sit
Gotta
in the
have
back.
correct camo.
Yeah.
Like William's the biggest of us, but he's always sitting in the back seats.
Yep.
Bambi's got to share with him.
Oh man.
Small waist, broad shoulders.
Yeah, that's Bambi's just big all around.
Yeah, so it's just two big old chunks in the back.
Every so often we take a turn and you can hear the bottom of the
guys have-
car
You guys have to duck so we can look behind, just because you're just taking up literal backspace.
William is built like a Dorito.
While you're here, then. So, I just killed a person who didn't deserve it. What was he a werewolf like us? Was he a Garrow?
So you have us, who are Garu, and our tribes. But then you also have the Ferrer, who are different weird creatures. So when I said the word Rokea earlier, I did not mean a Swedish, Norwegian, Nordic mobile phone. I meant a Wereshark, because Rokea are the Wereshark tribe of the Ferrer. Just like there was a Corax, a Raven, a Were Raven at the Solarium or at the project.
You had to fight it.
At the Sept even.
Say again.
Did you have to fight that Raven?
No.
That's good. So they have control like we do.
Yeah, generally.
We're not. This one was
normal.
Normally yes. They have control over their forms just like we do. The key thing is we're not on the best of terms with them because reasons.
Territories are territories.
Yes. But it's also not outright hostility, generally speaking, like when you compare it to the leeches.
Oh, like phone companies.
Kind of. So
just a little info dump. In the official, especially the old World of Darkness lore, I'm not a huge fan of this for obvious reasons. The reasons why the other Farah don't typically like Garu is there's a thing called the Impergium, where they tried to genocide all other shape-shifting creatures. They tried to kill all of the other werebears and weresharks and all that kind of stuff. Not a fan of that. I don't like it.
World of Darkness loves its genocides. Jeez.
They really do. Yeah. Not a fan of that.
Everybody needs a reason to hate everybody else to infinitum.
But you can hate somebody else without having genocide be involved.
Yeah.
Just saying. It's a weird concept. Who knew? So yeah, the Impergium's not really a thing in my World of Darkness. Just saying. So I think even the Galliards would not know exactly why. So Amira's not wrong that it's a little unclear why they don't get along with Garu, but they just don't.
Different methods.
So should I feel bad about us killing him? Should I feel bad about killing him?
No.
He was out of his mind.
It definitely looked like he was.
The things I found show that they were connected were I right to assume they were connected to his spinal column?
Yes. And
spinal column, they could probably control the adrenal gland, triggering rage in him.
Yeah.
And you can definitely guess from your inspection that there is probably implantation in its head as well.
But we took the head.
So you went from fighting a cult to this.
Do we dare tell their tribe what happened?
Trouble.
I mean, there's not a group of Rokea because they are mostly saltwater. And at least in Old World of Darkness lore, they don't really come on land a whole lot. They kind of shun their type who prefer to be on land. They usually stay in the water. Other than to come on land. Well, they come on land to hunt, but that's about it.
Just didn't want to step on anyone's toes here, other than the leeches.
There are. Go ahead, Ray.
No, you keep talking about this, but there is something that I need to do before we actually start leaving.
Okay. There are some freshwater, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, but largely they are going to be more saltwater. And yeah, Detroit's pretty far from any saltwater.
All the stranger that they had this one in a tank.
Is it Dog's gonna look at Amir and go, whose cornflakes did you shit in? That you went from a coat of Fenris to now this like I've done some things and I wanted in quite a few places. But you just keep finding trouble. Is this just an investigative journalist kink? Is this what it is? Just like that Mary Jane Watson, always getting into trouble.
Yes.
Lois Lane.
Yes,
You
it
just
is.
wanted to hand
knew
in
it.
that reference.
I knew it.
But
Amir. Oh, go ahead.
But thank you for reminding me of something. You suddenly see Amira weave signs and runes quickly in her hands. As I'm going to do this roll.
Oh, are you going to tell...
Wisdom and investigation.
I feel like when she does that, it's when I hope we're not driving it. Because then it was like,
because
so are we driving yet, or are we not? Because if that's the case, I'm taking over the wheel quickly. Oh, good. Because I was like, oh shit.
No, we're not, because of what I was crashing.
We don't want to leave yet.
That's 4 successes of Right of the Forgetful record. That is supposed to wipe out written records of us being present, including probably emails, maybe. That's up to you, because technically there is a specific jam technology power.
Right.
But basically, I am wiping out, I'm destroying recorded information about the Garu, including us. So we were never here. Hopefully.
I mean, you see that sparks kind of fly from inside of the building, and the lights flicker a little bit. The fire has started to slow down. It is largely metal, so there's not a ton to burn.
You'd be surprised.
But the fire department still has to show up. They still have to. What's that? What did you say, Badger?
Oh, I said, wait till they get to the asbestos parts of the building. You'll be fine.
Oh yeah.
I was going to say, wait till they burn really aluminum.
Oh yeah, that too.
Once aluminum starts burning, your only option is to wait for it.
And then,
that's fair.
The second thing, after that little quick ritual was done, she pulls out a whistle, and a wooden carved whistle, and blows on it, and there is a sudden. I don't think I have to test for this one, because it's one of my. It's a.
The wind whistle.
Yeah, my wind whistle.
I don't remember.
I don't remember either.
Yeah, I'm gonna say no.
Okay, that's gonna, in the immediate area at least, that's gonna wipe out like footprints and any trace, other physical traces of us.
Right. Yeah, any like shark blood or Garu blood.
Bingo. Yeah. And then I say to the others, okay, now we can leave. Now I've covered our tracks.
Oh, that's hardcore.
Really? What about the fox spirit? Should we tell them?
I'll find a way to tell them.
The leeches.
Let's just get out of here before we get caught and get stopped and cordoned off for questioning.
It's okay. I'm still dressed as security guard, so let's move faster.
Trust me, that does not stop Detroit PD. You know that as well as I do.
Did D.A.W.G bring any spare clothes?
Nope, I'm wearing that.
Amazing. Technically, we could say, because you have the right of dedication, that it would have destroyed those clothes. So you probably would be back in your normal clothes that you would have dedicated.
I was kind of liking the idea of just being stuck in security.
I would allow. I'll say that you could still be in the security. Maybe you just tore it off before you transformed.
No, I'm probably still wearing the helmet and the goggles.
Even whenever you were in Hispo form, because it's adorable.
Yeah. Yes. It's adorable.
I love that. Yeah.
So-
So you make your way to Club Thorn.
What exactly
I'm-
do we tell the leeches?
What we found, but we might as well share like what we found to a degree. Maybe let them, but mainly just start on the whole. Hey, so this is one of the experimented things. We need to check on this fast before and make. I need a space. You're the closest.
Right.
Like, make it seem like we just got there in desperation.
Also, we're definitely parking up round the back. Just
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I
So
think we'd
pay
be
for
safe
those,
to
like,
see
not gonna pay
when
for
we
those $2 an
we
hour.
end. I'll sense to see who's around, just in case I sense anything different than normal. When we
yeah,
get there.
go for it. Yeah, it doesn't take all that long. I mean, you're in downtown already, so it's fairly close by. Yeah, go ahead and roll your test.
Willpower, wisdom plus wit. The difficulty depending on the creature. So kin would be. It doesn't tell me. Goddamn. Because it cuts off before. Oh, geez.
You okay, Doug?
Yeah, we'll come back.
Trying to read the difficulty of what it would be for the or if you want to look up Rick, the sense the true form, because it cuts off
Oh.
on the character.
Yeah, just give me the roll, and I'll let you know whether you actually sense anything.
Okay.
Sense the true form 156. It is wits plus wisdom.
That is 4 successes.
Fantastic. Yeah, you easily sense the presence of kindred, but you already knew that they were there. You can sense the veil that is kind of protecting this place, and you sense. Does it tell you what specifically? Let's
Depending on the
see.
creature's face, detecting fellow girls, difficulty 2. Kin, their first change is 3, where something in the neutral. Let me just put this in chat.
I'm looking at it. Let's see.
Oh, this gift can be used in any form.
Yeah, that's pretty handy. So I'm gonna say that you sense something else. You don't know what it is.
Do I sense it close? Oh, where the kindred are?
It seems to be with the kindred. Yeah.
Okay, I tell the other thing. Okay, the kin are in there, but I sense something I didn't sense last time. But they do have a veil protecting this place, so we would be safe from being found. But keep open. There's something different. There's something in there. And it ain't kindred. I mean, like, would I know? I don't know. Yeah, so I would say Dog would say it ain't kindred in there.
Yeah, you would know it's not kindred. You just aren't sure what it is.
And I can sense that everyone around me is a Garrow, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The barrier's
Okay,
still up, right?
Garrow either.
Yeah, that's the veil that they were sensing.
So yeah, let's go in. William, carry the body.
So, I mean, if you're going around back, you know that there is the shipping area, but you can't just walk in.
No. Just like getting everyone fed, and then go and then within saying, William, carry the body. You lead. Amira, remember. not desperation.
Oh, fuck's
Okay?
sake, really?
Yes, because this is important. And Bambi, no ripping heads off, please. Unless they try to rip our heads off, then you go ahead.
I wasn't the one who ripped heads off. You should be
I
looking
know,
at
but you
William
wanted
over
to
there.
think. Yeah, but
Yeah, but-
William's not going to do anything. Trust
I already
me.
have a vampire head.
Okay. Don't lead with that.
It also looks just like a regular human head, just a little paler.
You're just a serial killer.
I'm a hunter. I hunt.
Don't
The most
say,
dangerous game.
don't say
Turns
that. Don't say that word.
out it's
Damn
man.
it. We've
Yeah,
already-
yeah.
Oh, right. Yes. Sorry.
You are a
Pursuer.
pursuer or conservationist who has a keen interest in making sure that population doesn't explode out of control.
He's a poacher.
Yes,
He's a gross poacher.
poacher. That's a much better word. It's an old word, but it'll do the trick.
So,
Hunter of men. Okay.
Amira, are you going? Because there is like a human-sized door next to the delivery door that that staff would be able to come in and out of. Are you going to that, or are you just going to the front of the club?
I'm going through the back delivery human door.
Okay. There's a doorbell that you can ring.
I'm gonna ring it.
Are you just going up there, or are all of
No,
you going?
we're all going. Because I got to
Okay, so
examine the
William's
body.
holding the body in front of this camera, basically.
It's in a trash bag.
Yeah.
It's in a trash bag.
It's
No,
pretty
no,
obvious that
no,
it's
no.
human-sized and shaped,
Oh,
though.
absolutely. Someone down the
Okay.
street couldn't tell what it is. They're going.
Right. Yeah. What were you saying, Badger?
No, I was agreeing. Just like, yeah, and they can see it as us offering a body as well.
Yeah. So, Amira, you ring the bell, and there's a little bit of a wait. No response. You go to ring it again, and immediately the door flings open, and the two shadowy people you saw before grab this body and say, "Get in here now."
That's the idea.
So they lead you inside into a private room that seems to be kind of an office space. You can see that Cirilla and Amethyst are in there. And as you're being led in, they're talking with another individual who looks human. Yes.
I left the gun in the car. Both of them.
Smart. This person looks human. And as you are being ushered in, they say to Cirilla, "I'll be in touch." And they just walk out.
Are they the form? I mean, are they the sense form area? Or is that passed by already?
Let me see. It doesn't say how long it lasts. I will give you, because it's not very long, I will say that yes, you can still sense. It's kind of fading at this point, but that is what you sense that was not human or kindred or Geru.
I just whispered to Amira saying, that was the weird thing.
A mage? Is that
They're
what
a
you mean?
wizard?
A
I
wizard,
mean,
yes.
Sure. Is that... Yeah, no, I kind of think I've heard of a mage. They aren't human, they aren't thing, unless they're a hunter. But I doubt that.
Hunters are typically human.
So, I mean, what else could there be?
Mage or changeling.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, I know changelings, yeah.
Could be a demon.
No, could be that.
I mean, sorry, what demon? Just-
Could be a
That's a
fucking-
possibility too.
Could be a fucking Bane walking around in a skin suit.
You've met some of those.
Yeah.
Don't let the Catholics be right.
I don't want them to be right on numerous things, but it's not like we just could suddenly chase them and say, "Hey, are you a mage?" Or are you really a Selkie wearing a not wearing your skin?
Let's just memorize the face, I guess.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to do
So,
that. And Bambi
so
feels
you don't have very long before Cirilla is going to just be staring, fingers steepled, uh, waiting for you to finish your discussion about what that person could have possibly been.
Sorry, paranoid.
Also, my compatriot has forbidden me from speaking because apparently I'm a desperate hoe.
I didn't say freedom you from speaking. I just said don't be desperate, ho.
And Cirilla just smiles.
But
You should get it.
Hmm?
She got it. She read it too.
Okay.
Oh, she
Anyway,
was well aware the first time.
So I said, dog nose.
anyway, we have. I would not necessarily say a gift, but something of interest, gesturing at the body. So
Yeah.
we found out what AquaClear have been up to.
And what, pray tell, might that be?
Experimenting, forcibly augmenting Farah.
What have you done with the body, just out of character?
It's in a bag, just like leave
I
it on
would
the floor.
not
Like he's in
want
a.
it in a bag. I would want you carrying it because it's I would want you carrying a body.
Well, then it's
I'd
bleeding
probably
all over the
moving it.
nice floor.
It's probably
Well,
not
yeah,
bleeding
now
anymore.
it is.
I mean,
Yeah,
it's been a little bit,
but
so it's probably not
I'd
still
be
bleeding
wanting it
a lot.
headed towards a table they let me use or whatever. Just like there's something in it. I need to take it out.
And so, I mean, I think that it probably would have been put in a bag at least temporarily, just so that you could, not get stopped by the firefighters and police who were coming. But I would imagine you're going to probably take it out of the bag almost immediately after getting in here. There's only one place to really put it. Well, two. You could put it on the floor or on Cirilla's desk.
Put it on the floor.
Okay.
Yeah, and then I would start going into that area I saw before and start
Mm-hmm.
kind of getting to work, because at this point it's like I'll let Amira be desperate or try and be better, and that will distract them long enough for me to try and open it up.
And Cirilla just comes over and sort of hovers above you, and you see that she kind of dips her finger into the neck of this corpse and then licks her finger and says,
I wouldn't do that.
Never tasted that before.
We do
What
not
have you
know what's
brought me?
coursing through his veins.
What have you brought me
Useful.
exactly?
A dog just points to a mirror while they just get out, saying, "Can I have like a knife or like a little fork, spoon kind of utensils, maybe some napkins?" Please.
Well,
Bambi hands you the clave.
Okay, thank you.
that's a power move right there. So go ahead.
No, you go.
So we were scouting out
AquaClear.
AquaClear.
It's like it's not Everclear.
You got it right a second ago.
And we found that they have a hidden facility in one of their purification plants. And wouldn't you know, it had a whole vestige of tanks with mutants, monstrosities, like this poor chap. Fortunately,
Looks
this one lived.
fairly normal to me.
That's normal to you?
Well, it's a human who's been poked and prodded, as their type are wont to do.
In a water treatment plant.
I've seen stranger.
Well, then you should probably know what this thing was. It's a Wereshark. Big bastard, too.
And she just kind of chuckles and says, "You're making that up."
And Amira,
Can I lie to you?
Amira would. That actually no, she's gonna stay quiet with the whole would and just kind of turn her head to look at Williams like, Yeah, last time we were here, you definitely weren't lying to them. No offense.
I'm taken.
No, no, I would say no offense to Cyrilla. You should have. You should work on your mental defenses, sir.
Feel shame, William, would you?
Got to go to the mental gym.
Yeah.
Every day is leg day.
Fucking hell.
Leg day, but for your brain.
Books are for nerds, apparently, according to our himbo.
So, why have you brought this Wereshark? They look pretty human to me.
Well,
I bet you can taste the difference.
Oh, I can tell it's not fully human, but I don't believe that Weresharks are a thing. That's too ridiculous.
and Amira this time will step in and say, actually, and she will give Cyrilla a very brief history lesson on Farah. Like, so you have us, who are the wolves, and then there are the other were creatures who are basically under the general umbrella of the Farah. There are were ravens, there are were bears, there are were sharks, and these guys usually you see out more in the Pacific or a bit further south in the Atlantic, honestly. But because they tend to be more isolationist in their nation, I would say, if you can call it that. But there is definitely such a thing. I can attest to that, especially because I know what I saw when I purged its tank.
This thing shouldn't be alive.
Well,
And yet it walked and killed.
And
you certainly have taken care of that.
It was given man-made upgrades of what I can only say are a cybernetic nature.
Human upgrades. Mortal.
Yes.
Interesting.
For example, it had a weird welding beam arm.
That's one way to put it.
She doesn't know what was powering it. She's not. She's
like
she's
I'll
good
pull
at
back
tech.
my shirt and show the scar it left. Because I gotta imagine it left a nasty scar.
Why don't you show the gun? Just don't give it to him. Oh wait, no, you left it in the car, didn't you?
Yeah.
Rookie
The
move.
one time to bring a gun. By the way, I rolled a medicine check in to start the procedure on actually properly sorting out that thing, and I got 3 successes if it's the same medicine.
Yeah, absolutely.
While they've all been talking.
And she has, while this discussion's been going on, has kind of reached over to her desk and pressed a button, you assume, and the 2 people who had ushered you in enter, and one of them comes over and again tastes the blood and says, "It's definitely more than meets the eye. There's some sort of spirit taint to this."
That would explain the black fog around that plant.
And Dog, you can see as you are dissecting this body, essentially, that, like we had said, this machinery is connected to its spine. There are also implants in the brain.
Am I able to dig them out?
It would destroy the body in the process, but yes.
I would just say, "Hey, I want to remove this. You okay with a mess, miss?"
Oh, we know how to take care of blood.
Hey, yeah. I'm saying I'm happily to donate this body to you. Please let me take this stuff out.
I don't feed on the dead.
Oh,
good call.
That seems a shame and kind of wasteful, because that'd be a great natural recycling process,
Once blood congeals, it's awful.
Organs are pretty nice. But yeah, so Dog's gonna try and remove those parts.
Yeah. What are you trying to find out whenever you do?
I want to see if I know what parts of the brain it's been connected to. I want to see if it's anything, or if I feel any worm, if I sense any of the worm stuff, or kind of that smell that we were smelling of like the blood, but like that weirdness to it. Just more
Actually,
like
yeah, that's
understanding the stuff and seeing if there's any or even seeing some weird magic shit on it.
that's actually a good
Like what
point.
I've seen the glasswalkers do.
Yeah, so you do sense some worm energy. I'm glad that you mentioned that because I had forgotten about that. With your sense the unseen coming from this body, it's very faint at this point,
Is it in the
but
spine or the head? Or in the soul?
it seems to just kind of be throughout it, but it's fading rapidly.
I just say out
But
loud, oh, there's worm in this guy.
but you're able to tell that the cybernetics they were connected to the amygdala, so the emotions, especially fear.
Mm, mm. Okay, so as I suspected, yep. Looks like they definitely had a trigger on, trigger off with it. Though, I mean, do I see how that may have failed? Because they would have obviously had it was the purging what set him off into the thing, into a state, or like, does there seem to be a faulty wire or something, or an overload?
Nothing seems off as far as you can tell, but Amira and Bambi, who had gone in, could tell that there were a lot of experiments done. And you all, especially at this point, would know that a Bane, or if this had become a full on Fomor, would affect its control as well. But it seems like they had somehow forced it constantly to be in its version of Krynos.
So, yeah, I'm just gonna say, well, you're right. It's been stuck in that form. I mean, I would say that changing into a form prolongs stretching of the skin, things like that. But I see more markings of like this of how of the human skin not like being kind of torn like ligaments bit because he just kept being forced into that bit. There is a human form underneath. That must hurt after a while.
Well, it was continuous though. Like it was just always in that form. It was never
Yeah,
able to revert.
that's what
And
I mean. So it
because
must
in
be
that
like organ
I
issues.
mean in that supernatural form, the healing is advanced, but like I said, there were markings that you could tell didn't heal properly. So I would say, yeah, that with that investigation, it does seem like there would have been a little bit of unusual wear and tear on the body. Not so much from like transforming back and forth, but possibly just from being prolonged in a non-human form.
Yeah, like why I ask is can that tell me maybe how long he's been in that form?
Yeah, with 3 successes, I mean, it's been long enough to cause noticeable damage, so you would think that that would be at least months, if not longer.
Jesus, the dog relays that just like poor fucker's been stuck as a Wereshark or Pharaoh for fucking months. They've been doing this longer than we know.
How long as that plant existed.
That you
Well,
don't know.
obviously means that this means that this was happening before your friends, sorry, our friends, were seen. Hmm.
And if they know one of us, and I'll look to our esteemed host, they probably know about the rest of us too.
Since they're already trying to feed you worm in your bear.
And this is the storyteller. Amira had already mentioned the Pentex connection to King,
Yeah.
and King's connection to AquaClear and Artis Enterprises. So it's all pretty tied together to this evil mega corporation.
Hey,
Not to mention the
Yes.
fact that there were Pentex first response goons coming
Which
in.
you
right?
would know you would know likely that Pentex First Teams are hunters. That is part of the Second Inquisition.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll reveal that piece of information to them.
Mm.
Would we reveal that to them?
William would say it.
Okay,
I mean,
well, William.
there was already a conversation about hunters,
Right,
and
right,
Cyrilla did let you
yeah.
know that they were already here.
Oh, right, yeah, she was the one who did it.
This
Then she would
absolutely
say.
confirms it.
Mm-hmm.
Not
Well,
only hunters on a paycheck.
the worst kind of hunters.
We're in more danger than we even knew. Also, I
Mm.
revealed that the dumps of stuff have been more regular, so they gotta have way more experimentation sites around here. Have you been missing any of your kindred or lost any in recent months?
No, haven't lost any. They're not hard to find, though.
Do you? I know this ain't really our business, but do you know of any? Do you have like strays, like like stray that aren't like part of your clan that maybe you know about?
Oh, we make sure that if they aren't with us, that they clear out.
Okay, so you legit haven't lost the count of anybody in the past few months you've been here.
No,
Yet they
but
know you're
again,
here.
you did mention that my would-be associate at King was working for these same people, so one might imagine that they weren't targeting us so much.
We would. I'm really sorry for being rude here, but that person you were just talking to, were they a mage? And were they related to the King Association or unrelated? That's all I'm asking. Like, I don't. If
Oh,
they're not
they're
related, that's not my business.
quite unrelated.
Are they a mage?
Hmm. What's that information worth to you?
Okay, never mind then.
We did
And she
bring
just
you some
smiles
information
evilly.
as good. We did give you some information as good faith.
That is true, but we also brought a body in here, so I feel like that's a fair trade.
Yeah, so it's a lot of heat.
You got a cold room somewhere.
But then, okay, so we can at least know that maybe they haven't captured a kindred yet, but they're turning you. But they still fed you guys the worm beer, so they're
Oh,
still trying to get you too.
we don't drink
I know you
like the
don't
more.
drink, but you drink on the people that are drinking it.
You
That's
don't want to
true.
feed on poisoned flock.
I don't think their intent was to poison us so much as the humans, but you make a good point. The collateral damage is very real.
Well, you might. Well, then consider it. I know it's a good grace that we've let you know that they either have no idea who you are, and they still don't, or they do know who you are. So you're welcome for the heads up.
Well, I think they know who all of us are at this point, but still better to be aware. And this Wereshark, again using air quotes, is definitely concerning.
Would I be able to
I
trigger any form change if they were in the adrenal glands? It takes quite a while for all your adrenaline and organ bits to fully shut down. Would I be able to slightly morph him with triggering this stuff attached to him?
give me another medicine check.
Oh, 2 successes.
Um, I would say it's tricky. You know, you're kind of messing with it, but maybe when you're working on detaching this from the spinal cord, it starts to make its skin turn gray and puff up a little bit, closer to the size that it was whenever it was in its full Wereshark form. And Cyrilla just raises an eyebrow and says, "Well, it's very interesting.
The
Guess
dog
you weren't
holding the
picking it
spinal
up."
cord bit.
What was
Yeah,
that?
interesting. Just as she says, like her nonchalant, like, oh, look at me, I'm so fancy, I don't have emotions thing. Dog's just holding this spinal device, just like, yeah, interesting.
Yeah, dog just covered in like blood and viscera
Yeah.
up to their elbows. It's a lovely sight. Yeah, so she says, well, Amira, what have your people decided? Have they come to an agreement yet?
And that I'm going to look to Bambi because I don't. I know that they've been talking, but I don't know if there's been any final decisions. Whereas Bambi might.
They don't tell me anything, but let me make a call. And she dials up Silver Teeth and kind of walks to the other side of the room and gets really quiet and comes back and says, okay, we won't do anything to you if you do the same. We will mutually agree for a ceasefire, essentially. That Garu and Kindred will do no harm to each other. But you won't expand any, and we won't attempt to stop your existence here.
Your people will talk to our people, and we'll make this happen. Wonderful.
Oh,
No, William,
I talked to the people.
William,
We're good.
No, that's just dog just pats with the blood and viscera. No, love, it's fine.
It always works.
Just do your pec flexing. Just look pretty. You're fine.
Bambi just shakes her head.
That's like just put. There's now blood and viscera all on your shirt. William.
Yeah.
Not the first time. I scotch guard.
Just comes right off.
His literal Garu form has Scotch guard.
That would make sense.
It's just leathery textured werewolf.
Oh, I love it. So, at this point, is there anything else you all want to do at Club Thorn?
Maybe
No,
we should talk.
I think we
what's
get
her
more we
name?
needed.
I don't know. I feel
Okay.
like we should talk to the contact quickly. What's the daughter? Amethyst.
They'll
Amethyst
probably get
is
the
in the-
cigarette from their mom.
Yeah, Amethyst
but
is in the room with you, though. So
yeah, it's like, hey, Amethyst. So I learned a bit more about some dumping. If there's any chance you could maybe look into seeing if you could get any more sites, maybe whatever, using your little bit of sway, we could find more experimentation sites. Maybe send along. Like then we'd be helping each other still.
absolutely, I can do that.
Thanks, love. Then yeah, no, that's all.
Okay. So
Would you mind if I took these pieces? I point to them of all the devices that I'm holding and stuff.
Cirilla just waves her hand and says, "Be my guest. You can keep them.
You mind if we leave the body with you?
I'm sure we'll find a way to dispose of it."
Thank you.
And she just sits back down behind her desk and waits for you all to leave.
Oh, I know when I'm not wanted. Walks out.
Yeah.
So is there anything else you all want to do in general at this point? Because we've more or less wrapped up what we had started out to do.
Probably once they get in the car, Dog would start heavy breathe, heaving and sweating like mad because that adrenaline's gone and now he's had way too much. He's probably gonna vomit on the side. Like basically his illness is fully taken. It's like no more hiding it. I'm fucking tired. He just
Yeah,
looks
I mean,
actually pretty weak for it. Like he actually has emotion of unhappiness. Like he's pretty chilled normally, but now he's just looking like a sick dog.
yeah, especially that human blood you got.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should take you back to the can and all of us should get some rest, frankly, because I don't know about you, but Yeah. Getting into fights isn't my thing, clearly.
You did good.
Uh, yeah, I didn't land a scratch on the bastard. It wasn't. I had nothing to do with it.
Who cares? You didn't really just like feel like kind of covering. You didn't really wanna kill it anyway. The guy didn't ask for it. Like, you'd be glad you don't have that blood on your hands or stomach. Ugh.
I know it's tough. I've had to put down a few companions in my day as well. Mange, rabies, lack of seasonal disposition. Didn't fit the season.
You're a serial killer. Just vomits on William's lap.
But we did the right thing. They were clearly in pain. They were clearly distraught. They were not of their right mind or sound body. We gave them a merciful end. And I got a trophy out of it.
No trophy. Get that fucking.
It's in the trunk.
And Amira, you weren't desperate. Like, you probably came off way cooler this time.
Uh-huh.
It's the trauma.
It's the trauma.
Because you're worth it.
No. For fuck's sake.
Take the compliment.
For someone with a massive ego, you take compliments badly, love.
Yeah. I don't ask me to explain it.
Well, you two need a shower. And we need to report back in to tell them what happened.
Dog just, like, probably for the first time, just changes into the lupus form and is, like, leaning out of the car with 2 arms just so they can. Because vomiting as a dog is much easier. Much less throat burn, acid reflux.
Also, just having that dog with the tongue hanging out the window thing.
With the hat and the goggles still.
Of course. Dog is never taking those off again.
No. I already have a gas mask, so like the little like the spray paint mask, basic one. Mm-hmm. It works.
Amazing. All right, so how would we like to close out this chapter? Is there anything we want to do to commemorate the fallen? Anything that you want to do to kind of tie up loose ends?
Tie up a loose end when the thread just got wider.
I mean, we do need to report in,
right?
But I think that's just writing of some paperwork up or something.
Paperwork for the Garu.
I don't know.
Yeah,
might be a nice change of pace. Loose ends. I mean, maybe get the tech squad in to make sure that they clean up anything else we miss.
Oh, I mean, Dungeon Raider was called. I'm sure Amira probably would have told you that she had done that, and so they were able to get. And that's something that we can kind of wrap up here. Dungeon Raider, once you get back to the Septlets, you know that there's a lot of data on their files. They have a lot that talks about experimentation. They don't use the same terms. They use very pseudoscientific words for it, but I was able to figure out, I think they're talking about Banes and other shapeshifters, and they've been doing this for years.
When you say other shapeshifters, do you mean well, yeah, that was my first thought, but they've been doing it to the Pharaoh. Clearly, they probably would do it to Uskaroo. I mean, leeches, to my knowledge, don't shift all that much.
Yeah, gangrels, but
they're not known for it.
Yeah, well, and actually, they can frequently shift into like a lupine form. Any of them who take that discipline could. But
Are there any mentions of magic? Like,
Not in those words, but I think that's a reasonable assumption.
just feels like I don't know, but the dog would just say, "Look, in my experience, if something's fucking with a changeling, it's magic." So my assumption,
Well,
King's a fucking mage. That's just dog who's
yeah,
delirious, and it just
and just drenched in sweat.
just quite quick to temper. Also, if anyone like talks over them, just snapping
Yeah.
like, "I know what I'm talking about."
And Dungeon Raider is just like, it's very possible that mages are involved, but there was nothing that made me think of changelings or kindred. At least not that I saw. Maybe they do it elsewhere. But it seems like this server was pretty limited to this specific site, that they're not all connected.
Wait, limited server? So they expect it to burn down with it, not so. That's kind of that's smart in one way, but stupid in another, because that means he wouldn't be able to access all the information. He'd have to go to the place.
Seems kind of smart to me. Keeps something like this from blowing their whole operation.
Compartmentalized.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but it also makes the exchanging of data between different sites harder.
Yeah. Just like what we're doing right now.
Yeah.
It's true, but we don't have that problem. We're able to communicate more openly, unlike them. So we have that advantage.
Their server was locked, not ours.
Oh, yeah, no, it's theirs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The scientists, their server was very limited.
Yeah, that leaves them. Although I get that it's for security reasons, that's great, but that does also hinder how science works, which is through data sharing.
Right.
And they have all the money in the world. They don't have to have sense.
That's true.
It could also mean that different sites don't know about other sites.
Yep.
Or it could mean,
which is a great thing for liability.
Yeah, great thing for liability.
Yeah, plausible deniability and all that.
It also means that if we kidnapped a scientist or whatever, it probably would only give us information about one area.
Yep.
Feels like we need to go higher up for this at this point.
Amira, you do have a contact now at AquaClear.
I do.
Technically two, but one might not like you very much.
It's the second. Well, okay. There's the scientist.
Jocelyn, yeah.
Jocelyn.
That's the one that I consider the contact.
And then there's the
PR person.
The PR person who probably is not happy that.
Yeah, Tamika Pierce. Yeah, she's not a fan of any of yours. But Jocelyn, you've added on under your
LinkedIn.
What is the word? Well, yeah, but your alias.
Yeah.
Of Jamie Hager.
Yeah. I'm glad you.
So you got to continue. I wrote it down.
Shit.
Otherwise, I would not have remembered.
That means I need to take.
Yeah.
That means I need to take points in like Alias or something next season.
Yeah. Or Mask.
Yeah. Amira's just kind of tapping her forehead. We can talk to Jocelyn. Leave that to me. I'll take her out for coffee or something. Go somewhere public, and that way you two, Riff Raff and Bambi and whoever else can watch from afar and surveil me.
I'm just picturing all of them like in a booth, like just down from you,
just holding up like newspapers or menus and just kind of sneaking around every so often.
I love it. I love it so much.
Dog ends up becoming the server. It's the new ideas. What's your specials?
Has no idea. All right. Well, I think that's a pretty good place for us to end. We've definitely tied up some loose ends, but as was pointed out, there's a lot of new threads to follow for the next chapter. But what did you all think of Werewolf? I know, Rye, we've already played quite a bit before, but some others are maybe newer to it, so.
It's a lot less scarier than Hunter.
Oh
because I'm
yeah.
a bit less squishy.
A lot less squishy.
I took a gunshot and I walked it off.
Yeah. Not just a gun, a laser.
I thought it was really awesome. I mean, I'm interested in what the hell going on. I mean, like you're like it's the end of the mystery, and I'm like, what are you talking about?
Oh, it's not the end of the mystery. It's just,
no, I know it's in the mini arc, but I'm saying that
yeah.
I want to know more. I really thought I was going to die to that shark.
I honestly thought,
that would happen.
Yeah, I think without Bambi and the Clave, it still would have ended pretty quickly, but I think you would have had more risk for damage.
Oh yeah.
But you all were pretty smart with your strategy. You didn't all just rush right in. I think that would have probably gotten some people really hurt.
I think we owe it to William really, so that we could be smart, because William doesn't care. Like,
where he was dumb, you all could be smart. We
needed our brute person to take the bit.
Hey,
Yeah,
we all did our jobs.
Exactly.
It was really cool. I think Philodox is underrated. People should check out. I like being a Philodox.
Yeah, I like it a lot.
I really enjoy it. I'm actually engaged. I don't feel like I have to constantly worry over the back of my head that I'm going to hear someone about a genocide.
Right. Or at least, it's said that, hey, this is something that exists in the lore, but we don't like it. Therefore, it's not included.
Vampires are actually enjoyable to be around. Normally, they are the most obnoxious. Like you were a really good GM. You actually gave us options. We weren't just like, oh, werewolves meet vampires, fight, die, no matter what we do.
Yeah, I'm actually glad we didn't fight vampires. That just would have been so cliche.
It definitely is way. Oh, sorry, you go.
No, go ahead.
It definitely was way cool having Rai here, of Amira being the veteran.
Yes.
Here of us.
We would have been screwed.
But not being the leader at all. It was pretty great. It had immediate bond to the whole group.
I agree.
And William being the dumbest fuck.
Yeah, William was absolutely dumb of ass, strong of heart.
Oh, bad.
And
I was really sad that Woody couldn't be here, because I think they would have also fit in really well with this group, and it would have been just as much fun.
I could just imagine Woody and William just going both into lupus and sniffing, just circling each other's, playing like fucking fools, while D.A.W.G and Amira are trying to solve the problem. Those two just go and fucking jack around.
Yeah, I just thought it's like every moment it's like D.A.W.G and Amira are like, so what do you think? What's the plan? I don't know nothing. Meanwhile, William peck dance.
I'll be honest, I may not.
You were MVP with it.
But I stayed on track.
Yes.
That's true. 100%. That's true.
No, you were like the best, because if you hadn't been like that, we wouldn't have gone away, because of Amira's too proud and D.A.W.G's too much of a smartass in the way they like to talk. So, I think it was really fun, and I've never been a stealthy character in anything, and I was actually enjoying it because I hate being stealthy. And that was real fun.
Yeah, I liked the way that you all played stealth in this, because, I mean, you were able to go undercover, and, I mean, you blew that cover pretty quickly, but in a fun way.
I mean, the cover lasted as long as we needed it to.
That's true. Also, I half expected at least William to maybe get violent with the kindred, so I was kind of surprised that it went that way. Like you said, I was leaving options for you all, but I kind of expected it to to get
That's
violent.
what was also awesome is that we weren't playing. I think it helps we weren't playing characters that had an immediate hatred to a select thing.
Right.
Although we probably all seem to hate mages, I feel like that's natural. But no,
I mean,
it
they're
was really
just
cool.
they're just pompous assholes.
And fighting a fucking Wereshark, I mean, they're always seen as goofy from what I remember of the
Oh,
lore. So
really?
it was really, yeah, like mummies, you know. They were really
Mhm.
cool. It was really cool to fight this poor little bastard. And
Yeah,
I'm
I
sad I
mean,
missed infiltration.
yeah, I honestly, even though I wrote this character, I still feel bad for this character because they didn't really have a choice. They didn't get any say in it. But I also think it was a really interesting kind of thing to show that Pentex and King and AquaClear, all of these are doing some really fucked up shit.
Yeah.
That, may have
Mortals being mortals.
it may have some other motives besides just, hey, let's do this because it's fun. They might be trying to do something with it.
Yeah, Rick, you were a great GM.
Well, thank you. I really do appreciate that.
Yeah, no, for real. It was just so fun. You fed off us, dealt with us, laughing at each other. You kept us on track while we even though we were being on track, but still, you
Yeah.
were very fair with rolling, so thank you. Because
and
I know
I-
this game is very hard to. At least 5 has made it easier, but this
Yeah.
is a game where GM's got to lead quite well.
Well, I definitely enjoyed having all of you as players, especially 2 of you I'd never played with before, and I had a blast. So, yeah, it was a shame, like you said. Wish that you could have been here, but at least you got to be here, Badger, for the last session. So,
Oh, hell yeah. And
But,
it still
I mean-
was a plan we came up with that was followed and thing. So that makes me
Absolutely.
happy.
absolutely.
No, it's cool. Yeah, and right, Amira is so cool as a character. She's she is a she is a piece of work. It's just
Yes.
really easy to get along with.
She's easy to get along with, but boy does she exhaust people. She's like fucking what's his face? Colin
Regis.
thingy. Colin from fucking What We Do in the Shadows.
Oh yeah,
Vampire.
Yeah, and
yeah.
I was gonna say, but the thing is, she's not a vampire. she's
Yeah.
she's she
You need to keep watching that show.
yeah. I need to
So
get
good.
back into it, but
There's only one more season left. The next one's the last.
yeah.
Oh, that's good. I'm glad it's not going to keep going.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, it's good. Tell the narrative.
exactly. But
But no,
All
yeah,
right.
honestly, our crew was a lot like what we do in the Shadows gang. Now I think about it.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
if Riff Raff was also here, it would absolutely be even
100%.
more. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it has been a blast, but we will see you all soon.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.